Honorable Adams.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, Honorable Ghana, for covering everyone. Chairperson, I think from the offset, the biggest failing of this institution is repetition. And for this reason, the NCC cannot support this ad hoc committee. It's only going to replicate what's supposed to be the work of these people in the sitting right here. But I want to just ask something, say something rather. The initial instruction from our speaker was that police, justice, and intelligence would sit together and investigate this matter and make a determination. Intelligence has been removed from the committee. I'm sure we'll get the answer sooner or later. But if only intelligence was sitting in this meeting, it would be so much easier, because the idea of intelligence has submitted a report into the rot and the corruption in the South African police services to previous Minister Bheki Cele. That report was suppressed. In this year, the IG again sent a report to now suspended Minister Nkunu. I emailed the minister. I asked him to bring that report to the portfolio. He never responded. If intelligence is here, we can ask the Inspector General to produce these reports. It will save us 70% of what we mean to do. I'm not sure if this is a deliberate attempt to slow down our progress or to hide the truth. But surely intelligence must be here. And if it's for security reasons, they are welcome to join us on Zoom with their cameras off so that we can question them. And then I just want to say, you know, so much has been said about General Mkhwanazi and the allegations he made. And I find it very, very suspicious that a full minister is suspended. We can use whatever nice terms we want to. He's suspended. And the Deputy National Commissioner is suspended on the basis of an allegation. But 7 seniors, generals in SAPS, are charged and they're still at work. And General Mkhwanazi is coming out in defense of these people. He's saying that this is an HR matter. Explain something to me, all of those who love General Mkhwanazi so much. General Lushaba and General Khumalo, they instructed Colonel Mabaso to buy 200 million rands worth of laptops that have never been issued to SAPS. Right across the road here, organized crime is working from cell phones. They don't have laptops. How is this an HR matter? How is it that we're talking about the lie, the alleged lie that Minister Nkunu told the police portfolio regarding his relationship with Brown? But the National Commissioner could lie about the brigadier that they brought from BMW. How is this okay? Why are we targeting certain people as Parliament? We are eulogizing General Mkhwanazi. I, as the complainant in the charges against those 7 generals, when this portfolio called me a madman before they were arrested, I, as the complainant, am connecting the dots. That staged press conference with a general who now seeks additional protection, who had what looked like an armed militia behind him, it was a threat to this country. Let us call it what it is. He was trying to incite policemen to take action in the event of whatever it is that he knew was coming. Let me tell this committee what I suspect was coming. As the accounting officer for the South African Police Services, I suspect that the National Commissioner himself is up for arrest. And that press conference was nothing more than a preemptive move. And the country appears to have fallen for it. General Mkhwanazi must appear before this committee. The National Commissioner must appear before this committee. The IDAC must appear before this committee. General Khumalo, General Lushabo must come and sit in front of this committee. And I want to appeal and actually ask that we make it a recommendation that every member of this committee that has ever met with any law enforcement or investigative body or given them a statement or had a conversation must come clean and tell us what he said. I will be the first. I know Honorable James has had that conversation. I have a suspicion there are a few more other people that are hiding things within this committee. Now, in order to clean out the service, we must all be honest. We can't demand accountability from the boys in blue and hide things right here. I then also want to just say that we've lost many fine police officers because of corruption. I'll mention a few names. General Andre Lincoln, General Vieri, General Theo, General Langweni, and some of us here have lauded these dismissals. But what is the common thread? It's the same corrupt cabal that is now before the court in Joburg. Why are we not talking about this? This thing is much bigger than a press conference called by a Lieutenant General from KZN. The entire top management of the South African Police Services appears to be corrupt. This is the basis of what we need to do. This is what we need, where we need to start. I want to just say to Honorable Matthys that I note the complaint that you laid to the Speaker about the chairperson of the Police Committee. I would take it one step further without making a single accusation and ask of the chair, if it's not in the best interest of this committee, this joint committee, that you recuse yourself for the sitting of this process. Because, Chairperson, you did prevent me from going at these generals over the issues I've just mentioned. Even when they lied to the committee, you did not allow me to interrogate. So, not an attack on you, Chairperson. I believe that you are a good chairperson, that you're a good man. I think you were misinformed at the time. But maybe it is best that just for now you come and sit next to us and allow the rest of us to take this fight forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Adams. No. Next up is Honourable Totsetsi.
Part of the reason that request, Chair, is that Chair of Police, part of the reason there's that request that you must sit next to us is this continuous tendency of mispronouncing my surname.
Then I should step down immediately.
Thank you very much, Chair. Let me appreciate the report that came. I think the first thing first, that we must be able to deal with, Chair, is what we have always had concerns about. The protection of whistleblowers in this country. And as the first thing, we must be able to say, it is only fair that that regardless of how some amongst us clearly feel about General Mkhwanazi, but we must agree that he must be able to benefit in the protection of the state. Of course it does, but given the fact that there is a lot which he has been brave enough to bring to the fore as it relates to the malfeasance, we must take interest on whether there is sufficient protection that he is enjoying. And I think that the committee in particular on police needs to find a way to ensure that such becomes a reality. Now, Chair, I must also say that in line with what Honorable Matafa would have raised earlier in supporting, I think it was Honorable Swartz or Trollip, I'm not sure, but Honorable Matafa would have supported.
Just on a point of order,
Sorry.
the honourable member takes exception to have his name mispronounced. He must please not identify two white males that are bald as the same people.
Let's continue.
Okay. Honestly, they confuse me. They look like. Thanks. My apology, Honorable Trollip. But I'm saying that in light of what Honorable Matafa would have supported, I would also want to emphasize that that perhaps we must join in the call to have a parliamentary debate on this matter, so that we really allow all the parties to ventilate their side of view as it relates to the state of the police and safety of our people generally in the country. Because I think that such is the major concern for all of us, to have the police force being infiltrated in the manner in which General Mkhwanazi would have articulated. And from how the police force would have dealt with number of issues, it's very easy for even members of the public to relate with the fact that there is a serious problem within the force. And I think that these revelations give all of us a platform to dig deep and once and for all find a solution, not to the issue which has been ventilated, but to the general problem which confronts the police force and other entities of law enforcement in the country. Chair, coming back to what we are requested to do. Now, I would want to support what Honorable Swartz would have mentioned. To say that when you deal with such things, really you need to empower yourself with the necessary capabilities to attend to this kind of things. It may be the necessary experience, it may be the necessary knowledge, but you need to empower yourself with some sort of ability to confront and be able to deal with these things. And at times, it's not always obvious that the committees in their composition are inherently in a position to possess those necessary capabilities that would be required for Parliament to comprehensively attend to the matters that are before us. I do agree, Chair, that there are issues which we must be able to address as an immediate task of oversight. Issues that relate to what would have happened to the dockets that have been withdrawn, what would have happened to those investigations that have been articulated that were a direct responsibility of the team that was dealing with the political killings. And since it's in existence, why are we not having those kind of dockets being reinstated to the table of that kind of a team, so that it's able to conclude its work? We may need to make follow-ups on the questions of Medicare, the money that was, the contract of that valued, very big contract. What would have informed the cancellation of that contract, and if there is areas of of corruption and so forth, what would have been a consequence management on the part of the force? So I'm saying there are major issues that deal with the transactions or issues that have been flagged by the general that shouldn't be difficult for the committees to deal with. But you have issues that I think that they are they require even a further detail. and further expertise on how Parliament would want to deal with them, you would understand that the Global Initiative Against Transnational Crime would have raised serious concerns about the capabilities of South Africa to attend to problems of organized crime. And since this complaint has been issued, we haven't as a country been able to demonstrate improvement in this regard, or even an initiative to try to attend to this concern. And this concern speaks to the sustained or sustainable way in which we can be able to attend to the problem of organized crime. So these are some of the areas which I think that if we are to give a comprehensive response to, we would need to bring into the fold knowledgeable individuals that can be able to assist this kind of work to move forward. It is for that reason, Chair, that I would align myself with the view that an option of an ad hoc committee, and I agree with the latter part of Honorable Ghana when he said that we must learn. Part of the lessons which we must be able to draw from that kind of an option is what it is, or what is it that is avoidable that would have made it to stay in position for a long time. Lessons that we would be able to draw from ad hoc committees that have been there in the past. But beyond a concern of a time that which it stays in position, we must be able to say whether it is able to give out an output that is sufficiently arresting the problems for which it was established. Because I think sometimes we get concerned over things that don't matter. It's like people who get concerned that the Zondo Commission was, in the Zondo Commission we spend just over R1 billion. But what are the outputs that came as a result of that expenditure? You have many billions worth of assets been recovered by the country. You have corrupt people being pursued by the state. You have monies that are being recovered, and way more than what the commission has been able, I mean, the expenditure that the commission was able to, the expenditure which the commission then had. So I'm saying that we can't also, Chair, fit into the narrative of being concerned over small things and not educate our people to look into the impact of the work that we are doing, whether it's able to reach or achieve its intended objective, over and above the semantics of saying that, but the time it's going to be there for a long time and so forth. I mean, that is what we must be able to respond to as a committee. So I would really support an option of the creation of an ad hoc committee with the necessary capabilities to attend to this issue, deal with what is the mandate of Parliament in as far as this issue is concerned, and ultimately, what is it that Parliament, in its view, can be done sustainably by the country to arrest the problem of organized crime. So I think that would be my input. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Member.